What would that first thing be that they need to know or they need to do?
So I start the course with budgeting, but also spending tracking.
Mm-hmm.
So that's looking at where am I now? Because you can't solve an issue if you don't know what, you've got to analyze the position that you're in. So what do you do with your money at the moment? How do you spend that? So budgeting is about knowing what's coming in and what's going out. And then spending tracking is those ad hoc spends, like the odd cup of coffee, whatever your thing is that you may not put on a budget planner. What are those things? Yeah, write it down, make it plain so that he who reads it can run with it. When you write it down, there's also psychological evidence to this, that when you write something down, you remember it more. So yeah, writing it down.
I've got you. Okay, so what are the core practices you recommend weekly, monthly, long term to really create a financial structure for yourself?
I think habit, definitely form a habit. So reviewing your finances, whether it be weekly, I think it depends. So with my clients, it depends on their circumstances, because some clients reviewing it weekly may not make sense because they only get paid once a month. So actually reviewing it weekly might be a bit too much, depending on what they do for a living. But I think having a review is important, whether it be monthly, whether it be weekly. Daily is probably a bit too much, unless you're at the beginning of the journey where we're doing tracking. Then it must be daily.
What's the difference?
So tracking is understanding the habits you have. So that's where we're analysing your current circumstances. How do you spend your money? So when we're tracking, we're looking at what do you do every day with your money? That must be daily. When we get to the end of that, we understand your habits. So now we know what we need to fix. And, I coach you with that, but I don't tell you. These are your decisions ultimately. And equally, I don't want you to feel that, you're being sort of restricted. That's not the purpose of this. It's just to avoid wastage. And so once we're past the tracking stage, then I would say you should be reviewing at least monthly. Reviewing, what have I spent this month? Just doing a check. What have I had coming in? And how am I doing? What are the things that I need to change? Or what are the things I need to keep doing? And then it becomes a habit. So I would say everyone does the tracking first, because we don't know where you are. Well, I don't. Until you've done that. Even if you're the most sensible with money, that doesn't mean there might not be a gap. So that would be for everybody. So somebody who would do weekly, I think self-employed needs to be more often, especially if you rely on invoices coming in through the month, because your structure is not monthly. Whereas if you're on PAYE, then it can be monthly.